Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Wolf's Den of Champions here, where we play everything Marvel Champions, Marvel Champion news, Marvel Champions deck lists, Marvel Champions content, gameplay. I'm also doing a current progression series where I'm doing rate and review, which is going to be this video here. We're going to be rating and reviewing Miss Marvel hero kits. So all of her hero cards, I'm going to go ahead and take them, read them, dive into them, and then I'm going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 5, or even possibly 0 to 5, which is going to be the basis of versatility, survivability, alter ego, her easiness to set up, and her board control. So those five categories is what we're going to be rating Miss Marvel. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe. We've been posting every single day on YouTube here, so I hope you found a new Marvel Champions YouTuber. If you guys are returning, welcome back, and make sure to like this video. All right, let's dive right into Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is definitely an interesting character. When I looked her, just very briefly, I went over her hero kit when I was unboxing her. So to start off here, we got Miss Marvel. She is going to be a 1 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense. This is her hero card. She's a champion, inhuman. She's got a hand size of 5, hit points of 10. Her response says, Morphogenics response after you play an attack, thwart, or defense event, exhaust Miss Marvel, return that event to your hand. So that's very interesting. I don't know, I'm very mixed about it. I got to make a deck for her, play her out, see how it goes, just because I don't really understand that too much, because, I mean, she is a 1 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense, so you're not going to be doing much with her, you know, opposed to using that event, getting that event back, and just kind of manipulating that event over and over and over again. That could be good, especially like if it's a high thwart event or a high attack event. Even if it's really good defense card, you just keep on playing it over and over and over, and you kind of just lock your opponent like that. So if it's like a stun card, like... Actually, that gives me an idea. Okay, so her alter ego, Kamala Khan. Okay, so she's got a 5 recovery. She's got a lot of recovery here, which is really good. Alter ego, inhuman, teen spirit. Hand size of 6, hit points of 10. Teen spirit action, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a Miss Marvel card. Then add that card to your hand. Limit once per round. Okay. I want to be beautiful and awesome and butt kicking and less complicated. Okay, definitely a teen there, teen spirit. That is going to be the hero card for Kamala Khan, for Miss Marvel. Interesting hero. Her stats are very is what pulls me away from her, because I can see, okay, well, 1, 1, 1, that's going to be tough to kind of use. But she goes through a lot of her cards here. As you can see here, you discard the top cards from your deck until you hit a Miss Marvel card. And then also, like, the recovery of 5 is so good. Interesting. All right, here is her ally, Red Dagger. 2 thwart, 2 attack, champion, 3 cost to play, 3 health. Produces the energy resource here. Interrupt, when Red Dagger is defeated, spend 2 resource of different types, deal 2 damage to the enemy and return Red Dagger to your hand. So that's kind of cool. You get to reuse him back and forth. He is a 2 attack, 2 thwart, so that is actually pretty nice. That kind of makes up for Miss Marvel's lackluster stats there of the 1, 1, 1, like the floor of stats there. Well, actually, there's another hero that we're going to be reviewing that actually has a 0 and thwart. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. You should. I mean, this game's been out for like 5, 6 something years. So if you don't know, then you're going to find out. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. But interrupt here. This is actually pretty interesting. When Red Dagger is defeated, spend 2 resources of different types, deal 2 damage, and to an enemy, and you return Red Dagger to your hand. So instead of, well, then you have to play him all over again for 3. So that's a total of 5 resources. But I mean, he does an action. It doesn't cost 4, I'll tell you that. So he doesn't cost 4, so that's pretty good, I guess. Put them right here. Now we get 2 copies in her hero kit of Big Hands. This is going to be an attack event. It's a hero action, attack, deal 4 damage to an enemy. Just a basic deal 4 damage, 2 cost event here, Big Hands. And she gets 3 copies of these just to do 4 damage, which is kind of nice. If you have like Helicarrier, it's 1. It'll cost 1 to do 4 damage straight to the enemy or straight to anything. Kind of cool. Kind of very basic. Not really a lot of like pizzazz there, you know what I'm saying? Here are 3 copies of Sneak By, which is a 2 cost event. Same kind of situation. It costs 2 to remove 3 threat from a scheme. This is my whole life in one garbage metaphor. She's kind of just, I guess if you need to really just do it, it's very simplified, very, very, very basic, right? Because she doesn't have any stats, so you're forced to use these. You're forced to do the Big Hands, forced to do the Sneak By. You exhaust it, you'll return it back to your hand. So it's kind of nice. And then you do it again if you really need to. Or you'll just have it for the next turn. I don't know. There has to be a card that like makes this all more, right? We get 2 copies of Wiggle Room here, which is a 0 cost. It's a defense superpower, Hero Interrupt. Defense, when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of the damage and draw 1 card. Now this card costs 0 and is actually really good because you just play it. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of it, and then boom, you draw the card. You draw a card. So you're kind of just balancing out on this. So it's like a 1-for-1 kind of. You play it, you get another one, and you prevent yourself from losing 3 health. So kind of good, kind of cool. We have a support card, Amir Khan. It is a 1 cost persona alter ego. Exhaust Amir Khan. Place 1 card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck, then draw 1. Okay, I like this. I like this because I was like, there has to be a card in Marvel Champions that just lets you recycle those cards back into your deck, because especially if you're going to be discarding a lot, this is good because you're going to need to get those cards back to your deck so you don't like deck out. I'm not the biggest fan of decking out, especially because you get an encounter card, and sometimes just that encounter card could really swing your game a lot. Here is Bruno. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm going to go with Carrillo. And his got a persona, 1 cost support card, exhaust alter ego action. Exhaust Bruno, attach 1 card from your hand face down here. Action, exhaust Bruno Carrillo and add up to 3 cards attached here to your hand. So, okay, so exhaust for 3 turns, I can go boom and then unexhaust, and you add this to your hand. So it'll give you, it could potentially give you like a big play for your next, whenever you need to do a big play. Her hand size is 5 and 6, so it's not bad. It's alter ego. It has to be an alter ego. Okay, so you attach 1 card from your hand face down here. So I guess if it's something you don't want to burn, okay, I see what you can do here. Say it's like you have a card and you're not ready to use it and you don't want to discard it. So you'll go ahead and exhaust Bruno. You'll play the card and then end turn, yada, yada, yada. You come back up, you recover for 5. You're about to flip over again. You activate it again for 1 more turn. You flip up, you stand up here, and then you do your stuff here, what you're going to do. And then you can go ahead and use the action. Plus next turn, you'll have 2 more cards. Okay, I can see the interactions here. Bruno, I like Bruno. It's a 1 cost support. Why not, right? It allows for some fun in the game here. We have another alter ego card here, which is a 1 cost support, Nakia Bahadur. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of these cards, or card names, because these are persona cards. These are actual people, characters. Alter ego action. Sorry, a little tidbit. I come from a background of a community that was very, 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 very meticulous on pronouncing certain character names, aka Pokemon, and if you mispronounce them, you just get butchered in the comment department. So again, sorry if I am a little bit too over apologetic on these pronouncing these names, but you know, we're all here to have fun, and English is very difficult. Alter Ego action, exhaust Nakia Bahadir. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1. So it's a very less expensive helicarrier. So if you have helicarrier out and Nakia, you're basically playing everything for free. And I think a lot of her cards, if not every card of her kit, is 2 cost or 1 cost, except for her ally here, which is Red Dagger for 3. So he would still only cost 1. So that's actually pretty good. Okay, I like this card. I like her supports. She's got like a lot of personas here. That's actually pretty interesting. This is the first character that I've seen that has a lot of, I'm going to tell you, she's got a lot of alter ego. You really want to play her in alter ego, it looks like, and a lot of support here in her life, in her characters here. We have a hero resource now, which is going to be Biokinetic Polymer Suit. It's a 1 cost upgrade, armor, Heroes resource, exhaust Biokinetic Polymer Suit, generate a wild resource for an event. So that's actually pretty good. She's got a lot of events here, so you'll be able to generate that, and they all cost, I think, 2. Yep, just about, except for Wiggle Room, so they'll be costing 1 card. So kind of nice. It looks like you'll never really run out of cards or resources to play Miss Marvel if you have her fully like setup and stuff. Here's another upgrade. Embiggen, hope I pronounced that right. It is a hero interrupt when you play an attack event. Exhaust Embiggen, increase the amount of damage that event deals by 2. So you play this, you do a hero action or an attack action, this deals 4, you exhaust this, it'll deal 6. So kind of good, kind of cool. It's her own way of boosting stuff up. And here is Shrink, which is an upgrade. When you play a thwart event, exhaust Shrink, increase the amount of threat that event removes by 2. So there they are. These are the 2 cards that I was waiting for to see to make it all add up. And it does, because now I can kind of see where she just does her own thing. She's got sneak buys, right? So let's go ahead and break this down here. She's got sneak buys that all interact with this, so you're really removing 5 threat. Increase the amount of threat that would be removed by 2. 5 threat, and you're doing 6 damage here. So very linear, but not really linear if you think about it. She's got a bunch of cards here to do stuff. Let's see, Wiggle Room is for protection. This is just her homie, so we'll put her homie here, right? Because that's the guy that does stuff. We got her support here. I believe these are like her homies and her family members. Well, obviously, Amir Khan is somebody. We got Wiggle Room for defense, and we have Biokinetic Polymer Suit, which gives her a resource here. So off the bat, 100%, I'm already going to say that she has the versatility. Hold on. Okay, she can do damage. She can generate resource. She can remove threat. She can reduce the cost of a card. She can actually do a feature that I've never seen. You can put a card face down, save it for later, and use a big, do a big thing. She's got a recycle card. She's got a defense card to draw 1 as well. She generates her own resource. She can return cards back to your hand, or events. She can return these events back to her hand. Red Dagger can return himself back. Kamala Khan does something. You discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a Miss Marvel card, then add that card to your hand. So you could do that. So I'm going to give her versatility, a thumbs up on versatility. Definitely 100%. She can do a lot of stuff with her hero kit. Obviously, you could build any kind of deck to make her do more. But what we are basing it off is these cards here and what she's got. I thought like I said, I was very standoffish because of the 111, but I was like, there has to be a way or something to do something more, right? And then I see this morphogenics where it's response after you play an event, attack, thwart, or defense. Exhaust Miss Marvel, return that event to your hand. I'm like, you're exhausting yourself, so you're losing out on using your hero. But now I see that you want to exhaust because all of her stuff is based on her hero event cards, which are her hero cards, her superpowers. Only downfall with that I see is that they're all hero actions or hero interrupts. So you want to stay in hero form, but you have a lot of cards that really want you to flip down and take advantage of all that stuff. So it's kind of like, you better have shrink or a sneak by to remove all that threat that gets added on, because one throw, one attack, one defense is not going to do much. I can definitely see this being like a big bang, like a big, okay, I'm going to set up and then I'm going to do one big turn and take down the villain kind of thing here. I'm going to set everything up because you get to search for everything with Kamala Khan here. You discard cards. Make the call would be great because if you put a bunch of what's called allies in here, you'll be discarding them all a lot. I think she also came with the Inhumane dog, so he's pretty good. Where he gets discarded, you can play him from the discard pile. Alter Ego, I'm going to give it to her because she has a lot of reasons to go to Alter Ego. She's got a 5 recovery. She's got a good hand size. She's got 3 cards that you can only really use if you're in Alter Ego and they're support, so they're recyclable. You reduce the cost of something. You can add more cards to him face down, then grab them for a later big play. So that's why I say like the later big play. Then you got Exhaust Amir Khan, place 1 card from your discard pile to the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. So when you use the Alter Ego, if you hit too many like of your cards, you can return them, or if you hit like Shrink or Embiggen, like those one-ofs, or your Biokinetic Polymer Suit, you could return them, so you're not really like, I'll never see that card until my deck out again. So it's kind of cool, kind of like it. Kind of awesome. So versatility is definitely there. Her alter ego is definitely there. Survivability, I'm not gonna. I don't wanna. She only has. She has no heal card, right? You can't really heal with her. I mean, she's got a recovery for 5. That is. Right? But she only has 2 hero cards here that you prevent 3 damage by defending. I mean, her precon comes with defense, so you could definitely build her off of survivability, but I'm going to say negative on survivability just for the sole purpose of she only has 1 defense and 10 HP. She takes a big hit, you flip down, you heal for 5. I can see that whole interaction. You go up again, next turn you recover, then you flip up. I've been doing that all to get like a double heal, and then you go and you play off of this here. You could have a wiggle room for that next turn. But the fact that like she has no in-person healing card, or she's only got 10. Well, you know what? Black Widow only has 9, and her survivability, I put her way up. So I'm going to actually, you know what, I'm going to give her a survivability point just for the fact that she has 5 recovery is massive. She doesn't have an actual card to heal, but I think that's probably why she has that. She doesn't need the card because she can go into Alter Ego, which you want to go into Alter Ego, clearly, to get all your cards, do all your stuff, and then go ahead and recover for 5, and then go back up, stand back up. So, okay, I'm going to give her survivability a point there. Now, easiness to set up. Instantly, she already is set up. She doesn't really need much. She just kind of needs her event cards, which are 6, 7, 8. She gets 7. She gets 8. Well, actually, after you play an event, thwart, or defense, exhaustment for return. it could be any attack, any thwart, or any defense card. It doesn't need to be a Miss Marvel attack, so that's actually even bigger. You could load her up with a bunch of stuff, but we're just talking about here. So I'm going to give it to her. I'm going to give it to her that she is easy to set up, versatility, survivability. Her alter ego's there, so that's a solid 4 out of 5. Board control, I can see she's going to hit some. She could scheme out. The only reason I'm saying this is because if you're not in a good place with cards in your hand, like it's a thing, right? It's a thing in Marvel Champions. You could brick. You could brick and you can draw like the pee-pee poo-poo cards, and it's like, oh great, now I have no cards to deal with all these minions, or all these cards to deal with all this scheme, and you scheme out. Or the minions overrun you, or you got too many side schemes and you can't take them out because your stats are not very good, and you can't unexhaust to take them out and stuff. She's got a 1/1/1, and she's got no way to boost her stats. So if you draw the pee-pee poo-poo cards and you get in a bad place, it's going to be very hard to get out of there unless you have like a really big good turn, which is an if, right? So the board control is definitely thumbs down, but I'm going to give her a solid 4.5. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with this. Super interesting character here. Like I said, I was very on the edge with her, but now I'm actually excited to try out. I'm excited to build a deck around here. I might try leadership. I might try protection because her precon was protection, but I'm going to experiment a little bit and stay tuned. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm going to give her a 4 out of 5 rating here at the Wolf's Den of Champions. So versatility, survivability, alter ego, and her easiness to set up is all there. She doesn't get a point on board control, but let me know which of you guys agree. Thank you guys so much for watching. YouTube thinks you're actually going to like this video right here. And for more rate and review videos, you'll find them right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Dark Matter Wolf reminding you to matter here at the Wolf's Den of Champions. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace.